Expected daily from all angles. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott finally weighed in yesterday. Take a listen.
Wouldn't say so. As I alluded to it before, I mean, there's been a case of something similar to this the last 3 years, I believe. So if not before, I mean, I guess, right? Not necessarily. I think that's people can take it however they want. I think it's kind of part of the way guys think and see things around here. I've got confidence. I've told y'all that well way back when. And I'm just going off of experience, honestly. No different than mine, so I've got confidence in that. Just hoping, which I know he is, he's ready to play.
Stephen A., I know you're a really big fan of Dak Prescott's press conferences, so I was just curious of your opinion on his comments just now.
Well, I'm proud of him for finally saying something, because he usually says nothing. I'm one of those guys that's critical of Dak Prescott from the standpoint, all you got to do is listen to him from the time he's coming to the league. Play that, play an interview and then just re-air it every single year because it's the same stuff. It's the same thing. He tells you absolutely nothing. He's worse than Mike T when it comes to that, who I call Mr. CIA, all right? I mean, it's unbelievable. But in this particular instance, I appreciate him acknowledging that it's something that's been ongoing. Those questions, everybody knows I got a strong level of affection for Jerry Jones. We have a very good relationship. But I do not approve of what he has done with these contracts. And especially in the case of Micah Parsons, it's significantly worse. And the reason why I've said that, which I told Jerry Jones to his face, is that you are worth $16 billion. Your franchise is worth $12.8. You are renowned as an elite businessman and marketer. And you're acting like a conversation with a 25-year-old at the time, a football player for you. It's tantamount to a negotiation, knowing he has representation. That is wrong. Now, Jerry's position is that the man called me. He wanted to negotiate. We talked. We had a deal. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing I know, he picks up the phone and calls me to tell me, don't call him no more. Call my agent. I don't play that bleed. That's what he said. But Micah Parsons' team is saying, nah. Micah met with him because Jerry wanted to meet with him about leadership. And Jerry turned it into something. So what's he supposed to do? Just get up and walk out the room when the owner is there talking to you? He nodded his head, he talked or whatever and said, yeah, but I got my rep and I'm sure y'all will talk about it. So who do you believe? And that's what it really, really comes down to. In the end, I don't care how right Jerry think he is. And I love the man, but I don't care how right he thinks he is. In the end, you're not right if you're Jerry Jones for this one reason and one reason only. You were negotiating deals at least 3 decades before this kid was born. You know good and damn well he's not an agent. He's a player. You're clearly taking advantage. That's inescapable. And that's why I could see why Micah feels the way that he feels.
Well, 3 sides to every story, obviously. And that full interview, you sitting down with Jerry, is available on the Stephen A. Smith Show on YouTube.
Yeah, listen, I just want to. We've been talking about this Jerry-Micah saga now for a couple of weeks. Both sides seem like they're very dug in. Obviously, Jerry, with the way he goes about doing business, is dug in on that aspect. And obviously, Micah, I would assume, like, there's no way I'm not taking top-of-the-line deal, point-blank period. I want to spin it forward because with Micah not participating in practice at all, what's his availability for week 1? We're literally 9 days away from the opening game of the season against the defending world champion, the Philadelphia Eagles. I think if this thing, even if Micah Parsons signs a deal right now, I think it would be irresponsible for the Dallas Cowboys to put him out there.
Interesting. Adam, obviously we talked earlier, Hendrickson gets done, McLaurin gets done. What's the latest here?
This is where you draw hope if you are the Dallas Cowboys and you are a Cowboys fan. Because McLaurin and the Commanders were nowhere close, and then they quickly bridged their differences. The Bengals and Trey Hendrickson were nowhere close, and they spent all day yesterday meeting and coming up with this creative one-year solution where he gets a raise this year. The Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons have not discussed a contract at all since Jerry and Mike were together. We're talking 3-4 months of zero contract discussions. Could it come together as quickly as McLaurin and Hendrickson? Yes. Could it be solved as quickly as McLaurin and Hendrickson? Yes. But Jerry sounds very dug in here. And Micah already has stated that he wants to be traded. He hasn't practiced. His back is tight. And these two sides today are nowhere. And it does sound like over time, they are headed their own ways. That doesn't mean that they can't figure out a solution, but neither one right now has been interested in doing that.
I'm hopeful that a solution can be reached. Here's what I said to Jerry, and I'll say it again, right here on national television. You're Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, in his own words, said, Stephen, if you look at where we are, we're not really that far apart. Well, if that's the case, then what's really holding this up is Jerry's pride, because Micah said to him, don't talk to me, talk to my agent. Now, at some point in time, everybody in Dallas...
disrespectful. I don't understand
Exactly.
that.
No, what I'm saying is it makes... At some point, you got to look at Jerry and say, does this really make sense? Because, again, if you're not that far apart, what's the holdup? Now, Jerry will tell you, as he said, Dak and I couldn't reach an agreement the first year. Dak played. Dak and I couldn't reach agreement the second year. Dak played. And then ultimately, he got his bag. Well, what Jerry is saying is, get your behind out there on the field. That's his position. My position would be, but you said y'all are close. What's wrong? It's almost like the principle of having to talk to his representation is something you find off-putting, if not offensive. And I'm saying that Jerry Jones, Mr. $16 billion man, #1 sports franchise. Come on now. Come on, Jerry. You got to do better than that. And I'm not saying anything that I didn't tell him.
You know why this is so frustrating for me? Just looking at it as observed from the outside looking in.
Because it should be simple.
It should be simple. We are talking about a 26-year-old premier pass rusher in his prime in the National Football League. This is not scary Terry McLaurin, who's on the other side of 30. This is not Trey Henderson, who's on the other side of 30. We're talking about one of the best players in the National Football League. All you literally have to do, okay, what did TJ White get? Okay, here we go. You make, I don't care if it's $1 more than TJ White. Stephen A., did you know this? And we actually talked about this on Get Up this morning. That Micah Parsons is the only player in his draft class to have not signed his second deal yet.
Right. Hey.
Jamar Chase has signed his second deal. Penei Sewell has signed his second deal. All those guys from his draft class have signed their second deal, except one person.
But the problem is,
one.
But the problem is, y'all talking football. It's clear it's not about football. It's clear that it's about pride. It's clear it's about you're in a position of power. So how dare you pick up the phone and call me after talking to me and telling me, talk to my agent? Because Jerry will tell you how business was done back in the 80s, the 90s, and beyond. And he's holding on to that. This is not about football.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Which makes it even more.
So let me tell you this.
Is what I'm saying.
So is the Dallas Cowboys about winning